everybody, to our impromptu episode of the Full Scoop Podcast. We are... Thank you, Winston. We are getting ready. My name is Alan Brown. I forgot to introduce myself. And we are getting ready right now. We are literally bags packed out the door, getting ready to travel to Eagle Pass to witness the event of the century. Or at least... or at least for the next 18 months. It's the Solar Eclipse 2024. Woo! Solar Eclipse 2024.
This, we didn't die because we got to post it.
So I just wanted to do a little quick pre-show because when we come back from the eclipse, our lives are going to be changed. We may be blind.
Lives will change.
Lives will change. Perspectives.
Alliances will broken. And
it'll be the summer of chaos.
Prescriptions will change.
and to help me get through some of this.
It sounds like a threat. I'll fill out your prescription.
Glasses, not drugs.
Redirecting to your notions.
It's not a drug. It's a flower. How many times do I have to tell you?
It just grows.
It's a plant. It just grows like this. And if I just so happen to set it on fire.
And the voices you're hearing are
Ben Medina,
Johnny Calzo,
and I'm Jesse.
And I am Winston Smith.
What I wanted to do, guys, is just get our snapshot of what we're doing before the eclipse, where our headspace is at, but also to get some stuff out of the way. So, Jesse, you were asking about like what's so special about this eclipse. To be honest, it's probably nothing special as eclipses go. You were saying something about it.
Yeah.
Like, what did you hear about that? It was like.
So I was actually just wondering why I keep hearing like this eclipse is not going to happen again for another 100x years.
That's right.
But then we seem to have another eclipse. Like I know we just had one. So I'm see, and I don't know the distinction. So I was just really confused.
It got overshadowed, no pun intended, by this eclipse. That 99% of the population completely missed it.
Yeah. I actually went outside and I was trying to catch the lunar eclipse and I waited hours and then nothing. So I did and I checked it the next morning and so people were saying
Greatest lunar eclipse ever.
Like it was all a lie. That would suck. No, I think it's exactly like the solar eclipse. Like if you're not in the right zone, you're gonna get partial. And I couldn't see anything with my eyes like myself when I went to YouTube.
It's okay.
It's a lunar eclipse.
Sure?
Oh,
yeah,
lunar eclipse.
I actually watched one once when I was working late at the university.
And
how's your prescription?
It's no worse than it was.
The next day, he walked in the woods without any pants on.
I just locked up because it was slow, and then I set out in our little quarry there, little patio area, and then I just watched a lunar eclipse for about 15, 20 minutes.
On mushrooms.
And then I went back inside.
What's that?
You missed the lunar eclipse like by a day? Because I know that some people are very like they think it's on Sunday.
I totally.
It's actually on Monday.
Yeah, I totally hear that. I saw the timer, the countdown to the.
The countdown was in the wrong country.
So it's not like what happened to Johnny.
I may have been in the wrong country. It was GMT though. You remember GMT?
Yeah, they make good trucks.
Yeah. So to clarify, it turns out that there are solar eclipses, even solar and total solar eclipses around the globe about 18 months or so, about every 18 months or so. But the reason this one is such a big deal, as I was telling Ben a couple days ago, is that this is going to be
over the U.S.
the most swath of land across the U.S.
You really had to sell it to them.
Gets to experience it. Well, no, it's because it's the most urban centers or something about like that. So like there's going to be another one in in another 18 months or so, but it's going to cross like Alaska or it's going to cross Greenland.
Nobody cares about
and so
Greenland.
nobody's going to see those. That's right. So
should
here
we be concerned? I feel like this should. I feel like this
they don't even have daytime up there.
There are concerns.
This has gotten out of hand with a lot of different, even like religions. I know even my wife is going. She's like, we need to start going to church. I'm like, what? Haven't you been watching TikTok? I'm like, what? I try not to.
No, I don't get it's from TikTok.
Yeah, she's like, it's the fucking rapture. I swear, like that's it. This is the end of the world. I'm like, oh my God.
I feel like it's too late.
Like, I don't think I'm going to get in if I haven't, reserved the seat by now.
She's trying really hard to get you.
She gave you only a week's notice. That's not enough time to undo decades of deviance and
I'm watching it.
Violence.
That's a fucking banger, like debut album name, Decades of Deviance.
Ooh, yeah.
I like it.
By social repression.
Ozzy's last album.
Oh, that band. Yeah. Fuck, man, that's good stuff. So I heard an old wives' tale.
Literally, this old wife came
that pregnant. No, it slaps because it's a tale. Pregnant women should not look at the solar eclipse because it can cause
your child will
miscarriage.
Like Spider-Man.
I have heard that,
or something, or like it makes the baby evil.
The omen. The omen.
Oh, that's
happens.
fine.
One of both of those.
It's healthy. It's healthy. It's fine.
But it was so ominous because I've never heard of this, and the only thing that I heard was the allusion to the old wives' tale. So it was like, hey,
they used to
because
say
my wife is pregnant. So someone told my wife, like, hey, be careful on Monday. Like, what the fuck? Like, why are you threatening me?
Just Monday? Tuesday, you're safe.
I think the tale.
You're cool.
Tuesday, you're alright. It was so weird.
I think the tale was that you give birth to a werewolf.
Oh, okay, yeah. You know what? That would be on a lunar eclipse.
There would be so many. There would be so many people trying to have their kids on a lunar eclipse.
Oh, I'm sure there's fucking cults that are doing some weird shit on Monday.
Yeah,
look, I'm not saying that I would, but yes, I would definitely.
Well, yeah, we have 4 minutes. That's plenty of time.
It's either going to be a werewolf or evil.
Push those babies out.
Be happy with the
like,
wait, is it the birth or the conception?
The conception, bro. The conception.
You have opened windows.
That's where you can control. That's where you can control.
In under 4 minutes.
Oh, I can.
That's why I said it's plenty of time.
Conceive 2 babies
and still have time to go jerk off.
No. We know. I feel like you're good.
Oh man.
If anyone is up to it.
So the eclipse has been said to change people's perspective, and it's the closest thing from what I'm reading. It seems to be the closest thing to the overview effect that you can get on Earth for most people that can't actually, won't ever actually travel into space. So that's why it's sort of a big thing. What?
You got to get your sacrifices ready. So, watch the clocks. You need to know when to be ready.
Way right.
We'll probably circle back to that conversation later on. But is everybody familiar with the overview effect?
No.
So like a moment of enlightening when you see the Earth for the first time and not being on the Earth.
I feel like it's too late for you.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
That is the feeling I get around big nature. I fucking love big nature. Big trees, big holes in the ground. Big nature is my favorite. It makes me feel like none of my problems fucking matter.
It does where the whole commercial space flight comes into play, where we need to get
interesting.
Like as much as a population as possible to fucking see this, because there's still idiots that don't fucking believe.
Like you get so caught up in the little minute shit of everyday, like finances and problems.
That's the whole point of the eclipse, and why there are people who consider themselves eclipse chasers who will chase those eclipses that I just mentioned that happen around the globe every 18 months. They are committed to traveling wherever it is in the world to get to those eclipses because they say it's such a profound experience, and they really recommend that if you're able to go and experience it, not just a partial, but literally the total eclipse, be in the path of totality, and experience those 4 minutes are of this like celestial event that give you or like inspire you to understand the vastness of the universe.
It's this giant thing covering like this spot of life that you don't even think about.
Right. Imagine what it would have been like in like Independence Day, where that big ship comes over the whole planet. All of a sudden your perspective changes in an instant.
Yeah. How very the day the earth stood still.
Yeah. It very much puts you in your place. And for that reason, what Johnny was saying about the end of the world and all that stuff, it always buzzes up with eclipses.
Yeah,
cool. I like that. This is one of the first ones that I'm actually going to see. 1, because I was told about it, and 2, because we actually bought glasses a while back.
There you go.
Impromptu for an eclipse. We were like, oh look, they're $1, so we bought some.
And an important note on the glasses is that's actually not even the part of the eclipse that's supposed to be this life-changing experience. It's those few minutes when you take off your glasses during the actual moment of totality, which lasts about 4 minutes. You take off your glasses and the day has become night, and everything that to be intrinsic, like the shadows and how things work, like just all of a sudden change. The animals,
shapes change,
colors.
Here's one.
Food tastes better.
The food.
Shadow snakes.
The food.
No, here's one.
That's why I'm going. The food alone is worth the trip.
Little bit of information. We are the only creature that is able to see it for what it is. Because during the eclipse, all the animals around you believe that it's turning into night.
It's night.
And they will go back home to sleep for those 4 fucking minutes. And then 4 minutes later, they're like, what the fuck? I thought it was, I guess we'll go back to normal. And they go back to normal. Never fucking understanding what happened. We're the only ones that actually know what the fuck is going on.
I'm going to keep an eye out for the animals during that time.
Yes, that was one of the things. There's like a list you can look up of things to look around.
The animals.
To watch for. Well, one of them was like, the shadows, the colors, the animals start acting differently. Cool. So they're like, don't only look up, look around you. The birds will fucking disappear. They go back to their homes. Critters will start running back away, for safety.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Werewolves come out.
So I'm very excited now.
So we are, I think we're very prepared with the answer to the question of like why we're traveling to actually experience it is because of all of this. I'm very excited. I have an app that was designed by a scientist. I'm going to call him a doctor because he's got a PhD in astronomy or something. And he designed an app. Thank you. He designed an app that walks you through all the phases of the eclipse, because he says if it's your first eclipse, you will be so awestruck you will forget to experience all the phenomena that are happening down here on Earth. And he says so he walks you through, like it's a voice recording timed to your location, to the actual eclipse phases in your location. And so he'll walk you through and say, okay, now look at the shadows on the ground. Right now you should be experiencing like the crescents, and now you'll be experiencing the and he calls them by the scientific names and everything. And he tells you about the colors. Now, wear a red or a green shirt and you'll see the colors fade.
Oh, that's right.
It's weird.
The dude even wears a suit that is half green and half red, right? And he's like, you will see the big difference.
They blend.
I feel like it's too late for you.
Can you send that to me?
Yes.
Well, he did actually send it in the chat.
Oh, did you? Sorry.
I guess I was the only one that watched it. But anyways.
Here's another question.
Anyways, throw one last one here.
This will be such an existential experience for you that you may turn into an eclipse chaser.
Psychologically, yes. Financially, no.
Very valid.
We're not that white.
I was going to go with wealthy, but
white is a simile. It's a synonym.
You can afford to take time off and go chase.
Yeah, if someone sponsors us, for sure. Like, I got a camera, but if we can upgrade the camera equipment to like photographic and do everything properly and fund the travel, hell yeah, I'll do it, man. I'm already excited for it.
To be honest,
I don't know if the hype
I planned on sleeping in
overdo it though,
and not even catching it.
Yeah,
but
originally.
At what time is it supposed to be happening?
Here in Eagle Pass was like 1
It's between
PM-ish.
1 and 3. Yeah.
Yeah, I know my husband was like planning all that, so I'm really just along for the ride.
Yeah. But anyways, I wanted to get a quick snapshot, and we will cut it here. Thank you, listeners. This is the Eclipse pre-show. In just a second, by the it's not movie magic. What do you call this?
The magic of editing.
Podcast magic. The magic of editing. We will be in the future with our thoughts on the Eclipse experience.
Ooh.
And just like that, dear audience, I am in the editing room with a little note because the rest of what follows is pretty chaotic. This is our first time recording on the ground and trying to merge it with an in-studio show. So this show is basically, it's taking place over the course of 3-4 weeks between the first episode, the travel and on the ground, and then post episode. But this next clip that I'm going to play for you is the us getting to the event. It's an eclipse party, so you're going to hear a lot of background music, and we're going to be talking a little banter between each other. Johnny Kelso is with me on the ground. You might hear Mr. Benjamin Medina in the background. And we have a few more members of the crew around. But that's what you're going to hear first. And I'll come back with another note to set up the following clip. Yeah. He's wearing blue, so. Okay, we are here in Eagle Pass. This is Alan Brown with the Full Scoop Podcast. Oh my God, there's a giant! There's an alien in green lights! Well, people on the radio here cannot see what we're looking at. There's a man in stilts and LEDs. This is the party of the century, the first city in the U.S.
The last party of the century.
Oh my. No.
Come on and look up. It's already there.
Look, we're already at first contact. Do you believe that?
It's already.
You guys made me come.
It's already cresting. Is that it?
It's cresting?
Crowning?
Crowning? That's a medical ambulatory term.
Oh,
Cresting.
You made me come.
Crowning. Wait.
sir, I don't know you.
Right now, there's a lot of cloud cover. We are here in Eagle Pass. And it's not looking great for visibility.
It's about 100% cloud coverage with spots of sun here and there.
Spots of sun. Yes.
Like this. Sun's coming out.
The sun.
The sun is coming.
The sun.
I see it. I can see it.
Need to have my.
Everybody look up.
It looks like the moon.
It looks like the moon, ladies and gentlemen. You heard that.
It does.
What does it look like?
A crescent moon. Look.
A crescent moon. It most certainly does.
Wow! Look at that. How covered would you say that is?
That's still about 99.9% cloud coverage, and the sun is on the 0.1.
It is very, very bad. Bad news
And
here.
it's gone again.
No!
I feel like it's still too much hype.
You really think so? It's overhyped for a Monday?
I feel I'm not very touched. I'm not touched.
I think what happens is when it gets dark, that's when you get touched.
That's how. I'm kind of hoping that happens. At least that way, I didn't leave here empty-handed.
We'll find out later on if we did or did not leave empty-handed. We'll also hear from the rest of the Full Scoop cast as we each had our own eclipse experience. What we're going to play next is a couple of pre-totality interviews, and the first one is with the DJ that's organizing the event. He also happens to be a local businessman. He has a restaurant. He shouts it out during our interview. But if you hear me a little bit distracted, it's because during the interview, a giant man on stilts sort of saunters into the interview space behind us, behind all three of us. Kel's us off to the side as well. He's miking up the gentleman so you don't hear him talk too much. But that is the reason why we're a little bit distracted. Giant man on stilts with neon LEDs. Let's go ahead and play that clip. So, this is Alan Brown with the Full Scoop Podcast.
Hey, how's it going? My name is Andres Chavarria. I am a small business owner, Taquitos Con Sabor. I'm also DJ Chavarria, and I have a Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 with the city of Eagle Pass. So, it's a pleasure to be here with you today. Thank you.
Right now, the first thing I should mention, we had an idea for a quesadilla.
Man, we saw the best. You're with the right guy right now, man. We saw the best quesadilla in Eagle Pass, Texas. We even brought Elder Eats from San Antonio to come try our food, man. That's how good this birrias. And to be honest, we have 100,000 followers on TikTok, man. So people all over the place come. Right now, if you were to put something on TikTok or on Google, things to do in Eagle Pass, we're probably going to be one of the top results in town. And we're going to be open right now at 2 p.m. on location. Right now, we do have tacos on this event for the city, but we will have our tacos right now from 2 to 10. You guys are more than welcome to go film a podcast. Awesome. We also do podcasts now and then,
Yeah.
And we interview everyone and have fun,
Yeah, for sure. And the idea of having fun, here's an idea for eclipse themed quesadillas. You put a pinhole in the middle, and that will allow you to view the eclipse safely. Hey, what do you think about that?
Man, it could sell. It has potential.
At least for the marketing. Just the marketing.
At least for today, you can find that. No, sí, but yeah, we're Taquitos Con Sabor. Our slogan is we're putting Eagle Pass on the map, man. So that's our whole thing we always do, man. Putting Eagle Pass on the map.
So this is our first eclipse, because we understand there's people called eclipse chasers.
Oh, yes.
Did you witness the one in 2017?
No, I did not. I was in college. I did not see it, but there's some people that have shirts that says I watched this eclipse and I watched this eclipse and I'm here today. There's some people here. There's people all over from UK and all over the place visiting us Eagle Pass, and it's a pleasure to having them here with us today.
Nobody is able to take pictures of the solar eclipse because it'll break or melt their lens.
I had heard of that, actually.
So?
There's a lot of people with cameras here, and I've heard that you need a special filter for it. You can't just take a photo of it.
Can I put my glasses?
Kind of lens.
Can I put my glasses in front of the camera?
Yeah, a special kind of lens.
No.
Hello, so my name is Alan Brown from the Full Scoop Podcast.
Hi, I'm Irma Gonzalez.
Have you ever experienced an eclipse before?
Yes, we have, but definitely not of this magnitude.
So there's a lot of people that say that witnessing the totality is kind of life-changing. Since you've seen a partial, did you have any different opinions after the partial? Did you feel differently?
Well, I don't feel any different. I'm excited, though. I'm excited to be part of it and be here in Eagle Pass.
Have you heard any of the stories of what happens during eclipse?
Yes. Plenty stories of how you're going to feel, or what you should do, wearing things that are red, or things like that. But once again, I'm just here to enjoy the beauty of nature.
I heard actually for the first time an old wives' tale that pregnant women can't be out during the solar eclipse. We understand there's different versions of that. Have you heard of that one, and what version did you hear?
My goodness, I remember when I was a lot younger, and we experienced also an eclipse. They will tell us to wear a safety pin with a key hanging.
Oh, with a key?
With a key.
You see, it's different. It's different.
Now, everything should be okay.
And thankfully, everything was okay. So we were trying new recording techniques. We were interviewing in person for the first time without using our, remote recording studio. And we were able to experience the eclipse. And that's what we're going to play next. So we take a little break from interviews here and we sort of go back to our base, which is behind a pickup truck. And this is a big parking lot where this party is going on. So you're going to hear not just us, but you'll also hear a lot of background noises, a lot of people in the background, everybody exclaiming. So that's up next. And this is a little clip leading up to and experiencing totality. And you can hear how this new experience, this striking thing that we're looking at just completely drove us stupid. Well, okay, some of that was there prior. Status check on the
dude, we're like 90, 98.
Oh, okay. We want to let's take a little pause here.
Let's go and see it.
Let us experience it cuz it's coming up soon.
Let's get close.
Keep in mind, it won't go completely dark when it hits. We're going to see a ring of light. The corona or something. It is.
One might say.
It is dangerously close, ladies and gentlemen.
Can you see it?
I can't see.
I see just the sliver,
there
just
it
a
is.
sliver. Wow! And down here on the ground, it looks like a thunderstorm is about to roll in. Like that's the same
it's
vibe.
Actually, not a thunderstorm.
No, but the same vibe. Like something.
Yeah.
When you feel like something, you smell it in the air and stuff.
They did say the atmosphere is going to change, the air temperature.
It's basically just a quiet place.
A quiet place out here. No, please no.
I can't run, okay?
Oh! Look how nice that looks.
We're coming at you from the Full Scoop with Hope Sticks, all the way from Laredo. How are you doing over there?
We are doing pretty good.
Oh, it's getting close.
Is she outside looking at the sun right now?
In your backyard?
Yeah, we found the perfect spot where you just look up and it's right there.
That sounds like she's just being snarky.
And do you guys have as much clouds as we do?
Yeah, it is.
So it's coming in and out.
It's a quiet place.
Can't tell if that's the sun has gone out.
It's getting close. I'm looking at it with my eyes.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I can't see it on the glasses anymore.
With my eyes. I hope I don't go blind.
No.
Okay. Quick glances.
Hold on.
Don't look at it directly. Look to the side of it.
It is.
Look to the side of it.
Oh, wow.
Dude, I'm looking right at it. Oh, my God. It's
Dude,
beautiful.
I'm not even looking at it. I'm feeling chills.
God.
The sun.
Status report unknown.
Oh, okay. It's getting bright.
Status report.
Yeah, it's actually getting bright. Yeah, put your glasses on. The clouds are moving out of the way already.
Take off your glasses.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's freaking amazing.
A beautiful ring of light in the sky.
Amazing.
Oh, no, that's actually insane.
Somewhat occluded by ominous clouds.
Oh, my God. Hope Sticks
beautiful
from Laredo.
nonetheless.
We will get back to you in a few moments. I will call you back, okay?
It continues to get darker and darker here in Eagle Pass.
A drone.
Look at the shadows.
Shadows. Look for shadows. No, right after. They're supposed to be like as it changes, right? So we're gonna come out the other side. Oh no, the clouds again. The clouds.
I lost it.
Why?
It's coming back. It's coming back to grace us with its presence.
Take me with you.
That is what I picture getting abducted by aliens might be. Just a little halo of like.
I won't fight. I'll allow the
Hey, but look at that. It's not completely dark. It's still like going.
I guess. Oh, because the sun is still hitting in other parts.
Oh, the horizon?
The
off the horizon, they're still getting full sun.
The sides, yeah. So the Earth is still lit up around us.
Look at it. Look at it. It's out again.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Oh my gosh. We're getting some footage for you, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting some footage for you.
On the bottom, like a red.
Oh, it's a solar flare.
That's a planet.
What?
That's probably a planet.
No, that's
a
like
solar flare or
something shooting off the sun.
Like a solar flare.
What is
That's it.
We found the alien base.
There it is.
The alien base on the moon.
I told you,
they don't want us to see it.
The Earth is flat. The Earth is flat, you guys. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Hold on,
Can you see that with the glasses on?
Is that possible?
Hold on, let me find the ball.
It's coming back.
It's coming back? It's getting light again?
It's coming back.
It's getting daytime again?
Glasses on.
It is dawn, but in the middle of the day.
What happened to all the birds?
Wait.
You know what? I didn't hear crickets. We probably weren't close enough to the forest.
They probably are.
I gotta say, that was...
Sell your soul. How appropriate.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Texas, the Total Eclipse 2024.
All right. So after that, we were feeling pretty pumped, and we went around the whole event trying to find people that were willing to speak to us about their experience. So that's what you're going to hear next. And remember, stay tuned after this. We are going to come back to the studio with the rest of the Full Scoopers, and we are going to talk about our individual experience. We're spread out, I think, 4 or 5 cities. So stick around. I think it's time to commence the post-eclipse follow-ups. Let's start with our producer here, Mr. Fred.
Yes, sir.
Was it life-changing?
It wasn't.
Did you feel any tingles?
Not really.
Do you think that maybe this would be more life-changing if we were in a forest?
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't hear any crickets or cicadas
Guys, my eyes
or
hurt.
frogs.
My eyes hurt.
Aside from the totality or the total darkness, we would also hear total silence. So that would be an eerie atmosphere to be around.
That's true. We didn't get the total silence that like an eclipse usually does, because we're in a party environment here. So
was it ominous?
It was fucking ominous.
It was.
Did you
a little bit.
Did you feel anything?
I felt.
I did, but I'll let you go first.
Yeah, I mean, as I was looking at the halo, and then seeing, I think it was a solar flare on the side of it. I mean, that looked pretty amazing.
Dude,
I felt closer to nature.
Flushes on, danger. Danger over.
Well, just don't look at it.
Don't look up.
I actually, when I saw like the darkness coming, I got chills, man. Like I got tingles.
Were they multiplying?
And they were not like multiplying exponentially, but quadratically, yes.
But they were there.
And I have to say, I was so excited by what was happening on the ground. Like when it first reached totality, I wasn't looking at it. I was like looking here. I was like, whoa, it's happening.
You could feel it rolling in.
Yeah, I felt it rolling in. And as I mentioned before, I felt it rolling in like a storm, right? I mean, besides the clouds that are here, it felt that way. And it did feel cooler, a little cooler, like a chill, wind chill came by.
Yeah, the temperature definitely dropped.
You mind talking about your eclipse experience real quick?
Of course.
Awesome. So how do you feel about the eclipse experience overall today?
Yeah, obviously it's something I didn't expect it to be quite so beautiful. Honestly, I'm just in shock. Honestly, that nature can give us something so beautiful, and just blessed we all got to be a part of it.
Did you notice any like phenomena, any of the things that like scientists say to look out for?
Yeah, there was a lot of warnings, and to be wearing your glasses at all times, but somehow I found that without using them less, you could have a little bit better view with them. But it did get a little bit cold. I don't know if you guys saw that. It did get a little bit cold. But like I said, it's still the complete darkness. Like it was almost nighttime. That was what shocked me. So, it was just like I said, I'm still in shock. So it was a very beautiful moment.
The big question, because a lot of people say that experiencing the totality is life changing. Maybe gives you a different perspective. Did you feel any of that?
Honestly, I did, because it's just very dumbfounding. And I keep hearing, a lot of people have a lot of stress in their lives, and everyone's going through hard times. It's definitely hard times, but you have things like this. It reminds us that we have to look at the bigger picture of things, and see it's very humbling. So seeing things like that, and like I said, it's just a very, very beautiful feeling.
About your eclipse experience, if you've seen one before.
Not the total.
And did you travel for this one?
Yes.
Beautiful. What do you think? What were your expectations going into it?
Well, we kept looking at the clouds and we were like, oh my God, no. But I don't know, whoever was looking down on us just cleared it for us.
Right.
I mean, we saw the whole thing, right? Yeah. It was amazing. It was like unexpected.
Very unexpected. We're from Texas. Are you from Texas as well?
No, California.
No? So it was clear all week. This is the one day that it was going to be cloudy, as luck would have it.
Well, we drove down here from San Antonio thinking it would be clear.
Yes.
So we were tracking the clouds.
Did you see any phenomena, as scientists tell us, about shadows and sounds? Anything that you noticed?
My husband tried to put out a sheet to capture the shadows.
Right.
I think it was supposed to be like 2 minutes before the actual.
Yes.
Exactly.
Totally. A little bit flipped.
The thing I was trying to capture because it was totally dark, right?
Right.
But I couldn't capture it on the iPhone camera because it just looked like daylight.
Right.
But I mean, I don't know if anybody else could capture it because that was really a big part of it.
Yes.
It's like you're just standing and it's all dark.
Yeah. Did you feel the temperature change? I think some people were saying it felt like a breeze or like a cool wind.
No, I think I was just taken by the whole experience of it turning dark and being able to see the whole thing.
Right.
It was just like, wow.
That we saw.
My daughter said it was like 4 minutes seemed to pass by fast, but for me, it was like long. Yeah, I felt it was long.
The big question, since everybody says that when you experience a total eclipse, that it can be life-changing, give you perspective on things. And do you feel anything like that? Anything heavy?
I mean, I kind of look at my life as always life-changing, so this is just one experience out of all.
So did you travel from out of town for the eclipse?
Yeah, we're born and raised here in Eagle Pass, but we came from Odessa. We came yesterday night and came to see it.
Oh, you traveled quite a ways.
5 hours.
Yeah. And what were your expectations going into the eclipse today?
It felt kind of weird, but awesome at the same time. Once in a lifetime. From day to dark, then day again. Feel like the weather, I don't know, it felt weird.
You felt it? Okay, some people said that they were so into looking that they forgot about everything else. They didn't feel anything.
I kind of felt there like
chills, right?
Yeah, like chills.
Yeah, we felt chills too. Would you say it was worth the travel?
Yes, sir.
We're traveling. Would you do it again?
Yeah,
because there's one in Greenland. It's going to be quite in about 18 months. If you can make it to the next eclipse, anybody to go experience it.
Yep. Yes, sir.
You witnessed the full scoop the full scoop eclipse. Now, did you witness the eclipse? You had your glasses on and everything?
Yeah, so I had the glasses on. Born here, raised in Eagle Pass, Texas. Right now I'm in San Antonio. Came back into town for the solar eclipse. Me and my best friend. That's how we got the inspiration to make something, a memory, a souvenir for the community. Showcase Eagle Pass. And we came up with this bag with the Car Eagle, the location, the date, and it's just a very monumental day for Eagle Pass. Totality. It was a very beautiful thing to see with my family, to see with friends, and we had been waiting for it for a while, and it was cloudy throughout the whole day. But once the totality came into place, the clouds magically cleared up, and I really enjoyed it. I'm glad we saw it, and it was a very beautiful experience to me.
So worth the travel, you would say?
Oh yes, I'm from here, but we met people from Germany, Italy, Sweden, all over Europe, Argentina, and I'm like, wow, to come to this town and travel all that way, all the hours, all the money that invested into something that they really are interested in. I thought that was very neat and very nice, and I hope they enjoy the town. Hope they had a good time and a good view.
Because we noticed you have a shirt, so
I do.
You're real serious about eclipse.
Sure.
Have you experienced one before?
I saw the annular eclipse back in August. I was in Corpus Christi for that one.
Have you experienced a total eclipse before?
This is the first total.
This is the first one. Beautiful. We are looking to see if anybody has had any profound inspiration from this eclipse, as people say.
I got somebody.
Oh,
all right.
There we go.
First, okay. This is your first eclipse? Total eclipse?
Solar eclipse, yes.
Solar?
Yes.
And your name is?
Richard.
Richard. I'm Alan from the Full Scoop podcast.
Well, from Alaska originally, but I live in Vegas now.
Oh, so you guys came all the way from Vegas, all of you?
I did. They came from...
We've been to Oregon via Tucson.
Yep.
Wow.
So you guys. Serious? We had fingers crossed. We've been checking the weather for the last like 7 days. All along the path, trying to find the best spot of which least amount of clouds, least amount of potential for rain, and we got lucky here today. It was perfect.
Locally, it was clear all week, and then the forecast was cloudy today.
Yeah, I saw
today.
I saw last night was clear as a bell. It's supposed to be clear tomorrow. I was like, no way, come on. But I guess I brought some of that Vegas luck with me.
Yes, beautiful.
Just went all in and we hit.
So you traveled from out of town. That also means you had maybe some good expectations about the experience.
I was hoping like some of that Vegas weather when it came, because it's sunny there all the time. So I was like, hopefully I'll bring some of that with me. I had light luggage, so there's room for it, and it fit. So.
Yes. Did you notice any scientific phenomena around?
Like the white diamond ring around it was something that I wasn't expecting. It was crazy how it was, even with just a little sliver, there was still so much bright yellow. And then once totality hit, it just got twice as dark instantly.
Yes.
And the whole moon just went pitch black with that diamond white ring around
Beautiful,
it. And it was just like, wow, blew my mind. I couldn't believe how dark it was outside too.
Yeah,
that was really crazy.
Did you see the little red dot on there?
Yeah, like in the 5 o'clock position.
Yeah.
I don't know. We thought maybe a solar flare, or maybe just I don't know. I mean, I couldn't begin to.
Yeah, we've never heard about that.
I know what it is. I've been watching the news. So I'm sure they'll tell us what that was. We're sitting on there. Yeah.
Did the eclipse meet your expectations? What do you feel about that?
It beat it far, surpassed it.
Excellent. And so this was your first eclipse. Would you now consider traveling to the next one? Or are you an eclipse chaser now?
Yeah. Hopefully, we were talking about. I think the next big one would be in Cuba in 32.
4 years.
Yeah. I heard there's another one that's going to hit North America in between, but that was just like brushing the top of Alaska.
Yeah, I heard Greenland is where I saw that.
So it's a little hard to get to that one, but Cuba, nice and warm.
It'll be worth the trip.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
I'll start saving now.
I've heard a lot of people say that when you experience a total eclipse, it can be life changing, give you perspective on things. Did you feel?
For sure. I felt
any of that?
I don't know how words can't describe it, but there was definitely something surreal. I was telling them afterwards how, being from Alaska, I've seen the Northern Lights.
Yeah.
I totally see how people 1,000 years ago see that, or see the eclipse and think that's the higher powers working some kind of magic. You totally understand how I get that now. I can see that too. There's something bigger out there than all of us. And humbling. Yeah, he was shining. Yeah, exactly. Great word, humbling. Yeah, and it was really shining today for sure.
Man, thanks again to everybody who gave us a few minutes of their time. Let's now go back to the studio and check in with our fellow Fool Scoopers. So welcome, Fool Scoopers, to the post-eclipse show where we review the 2024 eclipse. We're going to put this on a Congo scale. So let's see. We know automatically that there's no monkey.
There was no monkey involved.
No.
Do we?
Well,
we do.
No, there was a guy on stilts to the event we went to, but no monkey said. He had monkey hair.
He acted like a monkey.
No.
And on that note, so how was everybody's eclipse experience?
It was for me underwhelming,
monumental.
No,
monumentally underwhelming.
It was not disappointing. It was beautiful to see, but I was not as moved as I thought I might be, and there were some thoughts on why that might have been the case. There was a lot of people.
It was a fucking party.
It did, yeah. It was a party. It didn't. We paused briefly. The music stopped for about 4 minutes, and then just resumed right on cue.
Just in case we were going to die, we weren't going to die to some happy song in the background. just in case.
There was no reverence. There's no communing with nature. It was.
There's people complaining. I thought it'd be darker.
You know what? I did think it would be darker. Not a complaint, just an observation on my side. But
with that Karen voice or without the Karen voice?
No, definitely that kind of voice.
So
you
that
don't
was
complain about a celestial event without putting on some kind of nasally Karen voice.
When you name something totality,
Yeah.
There's expectations come to mind.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, even the song
in something.
It's even the song "Total Eclipse of the Heart."
Yeah, but I could see some heart. Some heart was bleeding through.
There was a little.
Yeah.
But it was fun. I mean, you putting on those. I hadn't realized just how dark those eclipse glasses are. I was like, wow, I can't even see my hand in front of my face.
Oh,
yeah.
I hadn't even put the glasses on yet, so I think I gotta get checked for cataracts.
I did the mistake of trying them on while driving there.
Yeah.
He was.
Yeah, we were.
That's why he was late.
So three of us, right? Alan, Johnny, Ben. This is for the audience. We were in Eagle Pass. Winston,
I was not invited.
Winston, where did you? Well, Johnny wasn't invited either, but we needed a place to crash.
He showed up.
he lives over there.
I guess we gotta invite him over now.
Winston, did you catch it from here in Laredo, or
I did.
Okay.
I did catch it here, and yeah, it was totally cool. Like around lunchtime, you could
talking about the eclipse, not your gonorrhea.
No, there's no gonorrhea. The eclipse. It was cool because I never really watched it happen like that. Like I've seen several lunar eclipses.
Yeah.
Eclipsi.
Winston, I have a question.
Yes.
I vividly remember an eclipse at Grandpa's house when we were smaller.
I vividly remember that exact same eclipse. Yes.
Was it total?
Was it total?
Was it a total eclipse?
No, I think it might have been even less than the one we just had.
It was 40 years ago, though.
Well, if it wasn't total, it must be less than the one we had.
It was less, yeah. But that is absolutely correct. There was one
60 years ago
at Grandpa's house. And they were doing the little hole in the box type thing?
No, there were holes in the lamina of the roof.
The tin roof.
The nails.
It's
we were watching it on the floor.
Miren, le saqué un clavo aquí pónganse.
That's where the water comes in through.
So you can tell when there's an eclipse and when it's raining.
But so you were saying because of the crowd, it kind of you didn't get that sense of solitude and what is it?
I use the word like reverence, you know, like get like the beam.
Like you're imagining what happens when the Mayans
exactly. That's what I wanted. Yeah. That's what I wanted. Yeah. Like as the totality happened, I wanted to hear like some Mayan chanting. Maybe some screams of horror as the goat is sacrificed. Yes, I was going to say as the sacrifice is being done off to the right.
The next 4 minutes of heads rolling happened. So the sun came back.
It worked again.
We're running out of sacrifices.
That was a close one, you guys.
Hey, just an idea. Like, what if we don't sacrifice anything? Maybe it'll come back on its own.
Maybe it'll never
Nonsense.
come back.
That's the first kind of sacrifice.
Yeah.
Because after that first minute, it's still dark. No. We gave it enough time. We gave it a minute.
Oh man. Yeah, that was the whole thing. And unfortunately, the next one is in Greenland. Next total eclipse.
We can make it
North
happen.
America. Hey, well,
we get the full scoop.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would love to be an eclipse chaser. We even mentioned it in the pre-show a couple of weeks ago. That if we get sponsors, if someone wants to help us out, get better camera equipment, by all means, man, we'll turn to eclipse chasers. It was a really cool experience. Unfortunately, also something we haven't talked about yet here is there was a lot of cloud coverage.
I think that also played a role in how much visible light there was. The clouds bounce the light from the sides, and it almost like brings it in, and it makes it brighter than it really is.
Well, you called out when we were there that like you could see the horizon was still very, very illuminated. So
yeah, that has to do with the clouds, and it was like a ton of cloud, like almost all the Southwest Texas was under cloud coverage at that time. So a lot of that light was being bounced back.
Yeah. So I know, to Winston's point, it's still daytime, but the swath of land that it was supposed to cover, it should have given us total darkness. According to some other videos I saw, it should have turned nearly night, but there was still a lot of that reflection of the clouds. Winston, any illumination, any religious conversion, any godly moments from the eclipse? The overview effects?
I know I ran into someone who asked me, I was indoors and they asked me, "Hey, is the eclipse over yet?" And I said, "Oh, no, actually it doesn't really, you still got like a good 20, 25 minutes before it even really starts the totality." Okay. And they gave me this look like, "Oh man." And so I'm like, "Oh, he wasn't afraid that he was going to miss it. He was afraid to go outside while it was going on."
He was hoping to miss it.
Yeah, he wanted it to be like, "Oh, thank God we made it through. No end of the world." And I'm like, nah, we're still counting down to the end of the world.
You still got to run home, buddy.
Oh, yeah, it's too funny.
We were trying to figure out, see how many extra accidents the eclipse caused. Because there's a lot of dumb people in this world that were probably looking at it while they were driving,
trying to watch it.
Yeah. Allegedly, one of our friends did that.
Allegedly.
Oh, yeah. Ben's not going to say anything. Allegedly. Of course.
Me?
That's a man who knows the meaning of Fifth Amendment, my friends.
I wonder who he's talking about.
He's, as far as I'm concerned, I'm not even here.
Was it you?
I was right next to you the whole eclipse
while we were driving.
Boom, and he deflects. You see that? Perfect. Now you're the liar.
I didn't.
Officer, I stared at the eclipse way too long, so I couldn't see anyone.
Your head started hurting.
Oh, dude, my head started hurting pretty bad right after totality. I felt kind of weird. Like I didn't even say anything to anyone. I was just looking around like, oh, crap.
Anybody else rubbing their necks?
Yeah, I didn't bring it up till after.
Dude, I was listening to a podcast last week, so a week on from the eclipse, and someone was saying that, or they asked a listener for that podcast sent in a question, and we're saying that his sister, who's in the medical field, that she was complaining about having some of those effects, but she had heard about it before, and the worry on the guy's part was maybe she was influenced by that. And he's like, she's always been influenced by stuff she sees on TikTok and all that. But I was listening to that, I'm going, the rebuttal, man, this is going on our podcast. Johnny did not have any of those influences because it was just in a moment. We obviously talked about the science, all the different phenomena that happened on the ground. We were sharing back and forth leading up to the event, and at no point did we ever talk about any of that. Obviously, the potential blindness, but headaches, dizziness.
That's what I kind of attributed it to, because the cloud coverage allowed us to look at it without the glasses.
You looked at it without the glasses?
Oh,
you were not supposed to. But yeah.
No, I wasn't, but the clouds were like encouraging me to. Go ahead, I got you. And then like 5 minutes later, my head starts hurting.
You were the only one that did that, so maybe that had something to do with it.
Staring into the sun.
I was literally waiting for like my eyesight to go black. Just like I don't know how this happens. How does it go? How do you go blind? Is it instant? Does it take a minute? Is it like
it's the last image I saw burned into my brain?
And unfortunately, that last image is just a black spot.
I did freak out a little bit.
Nothing interesting.
Yeah, I freaked out in silence.
That was a quiet ride home.
Wondering like this will go away. I'm sure this will go away. Yeah,
just gonna sleep it off.
A couple sleeps and then I'll be fine.
One of the cameras experienced some damage as well.
Yeah, it wasn't even like a full 2 minutes of exposure.
And
our producer, one of the producers on the ground, was taking some footage and turned the camera up during the totality, and like within those first 2 minutes, like he was already seeing some of the pixels on the image were burned in. And so at that point, I did turn around. I said,
put on the glasses,
Johnny, this is exactly what happens to your eyes. So
that's what's happening.
If I don't have pixels, I got some neurons that got burned there.
Yeah.
Did anybody try putting the Eclipse glasses over their cell phone camera?
Yes, but it was so dark that most couldn't get good pictures.
And then okay.
Yeah,
so
I heard you need
to stare at it with the naked eye.
Yeah.
I know. I understood that you needed a special filter even for cameras and telescopes, because otherwise,
telescope. Yeah.
Otherwise,
did you see that video of the kid trying to set up the telescope?
Oh man, and his reaction was immediate, dude.
I guess it just comes down and it comes in through the big lens, gets bounced back up through the eye hole that's concentrated.
Piece, yeah.
It just bounces onto his face right around his eye. And he's like,
laser beam.
That's hilarious.
Well, he will never forget that experience.
He'll never be able to get it out of his mind.
That kind of happened to me once. We were in science class in high school, and we were using the old school microscopes, the ones that have a mirror instead of a light to shine. So what you do is you kind of angle it so you could get a good amount of light so you can see into the microscope. What you're not supposed to do is don't aim it into the sun. And I'm looking through it and I'm trying to angle it and I move it closer to the window and
you're like, that's a great source of light.
I found the sweet spot where like pretty much like that kid I looked into and I'm like, whoa! And I'm just like, am I blind? Am I blind? Just the one eye, right? I can live with one eye.
And then you needed glasses.
And then I needed glasses. That's why one's lens is always thicker than the other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
It's my right eye.
Oh,
so that's what it's like to be the ant under the magnifying glass.
So next time you're saying we're gonna get some camping gear
and burn.
I should go out in the middle of the monte and watch the next eclipse that way.
Well,
naked.
Let me say that
you might not make it.
No,
that's
naked.
That's a Mayan experience,
as it was meant to be experienced.
That's the problem, Alan. Nobody was naked. It should have been like Burning Man.
That's a fair point. That's
what Alan was expecting Burning Man
to be
for like 4 minutes.
Wait. So since I've been working night shift and I'm very vitamin D deficient because of the lack of sunlight, could I have just sunbathed during the eclipse and recuperated all that vitamin D?
No, you're behind. It's like sleep. You can't like regain lost sleep.
You can't just throw it all in one. Like, you can sleep for like 36 hours straight.
No, it's not. Fortunately, not like nutrition. Just if you don't eat the whole day, you just
it's not concentrated vitamin D. Is what if that's what you're asking.
Well, I think. Well, wouldn't it be?
No, but now I know you need Sunny D. So I'll send you some of that.
That's why they name it that.
Is it?
Well.
No, it's
the power of the sun. Drink the power of the sun or something.
It's not orange juice.
No, it's irradiated.
It was never meant to be orange juice.
No, it's orange colored juice.
You're right. It's sun-colored.
Powered.
Actual
It's sun-colored juice.
Sun-colored, yeah.
Powered by the
it is the color of the sun. I mean, I wouldn't know, but you saw it directly, so you would know.
No, he's got a point. It's Sunny Delight. Nowhere in there to say orange juice.
Yeah.
Bastards.
It's Sunny
Made
Delight.
from...
They told you. They were being honest. And we were like, orange juice.
This is not your orange juice.
This is not your grandpa's orange juice because it's just Sunny Delight.
Well, I'm glad y'all are planning the next Eclipse event, but I want to share this with you because maybe we don't even make it to the next one.
Was an eclipse that took place 7 years ago, went right across America. There's another eclipse coming.
Look at those
right
weird
across
coincidences.
America. It'll make a perfect cross on the center of the nation.
God made the first sign go through 7 cities named Salem on August 21st, 2017.
The word Salem, according to the Bible, is peace. So God is saying 7 times he offered peace. The next eclipse is coming. It goes through several cities here, particularly Nineveh. So first we have 7 cities called Salem, and now 7 cities called Nineveh. 7 and 7. 7 cities called Salem, 7 cities called Nineveh.
7 years apart.
7 years apart. Right in the center of the cross is a city called Rapture. What is God's message? He's coming very, very soon.
How about that? Explain that.
Why are there so many fucking cities labeled the same? Named the same fucking...
Total lack of originality and creativity in our nation's
bullshit.
history.
I bet if you fucking throw a rock, you might hit another Salem. At that fucking rate, like there's got to be 150 Salem cities in the U.S.
It's more of a miracle if it didn't cross
at least 7.
At least 7.
So that was going around right around the eclipse.
Yeah, that's what my wife was freaking out about, trying to get me to go to church. Like I'm not saved right yet.
You can't see the eclipse from church.
Well, to make her feel a little bit better, I found some fact checks around that. No, well, there's always an out,
soon.
Right?
He said
there's always an out. It's soon. It's soon. It was something like
that video's 10 years old.
I mean, it could be. We knew where the eclipse was going to pass through, and apparently that's recent developments in technology by NASA. Like the past 15 years, we've now been able to really get detailed on that path of totality down to like meters.
Like to
that's
the
how
foot.
Yeah, very close to that. So I think that's also why this one was such a big deal, because now we're like really sure of the path of totality. You can map it. You can see what cities it was going to cross and all that. But the fact check on that is that apparently it's not 7 cities. It was only 2 cities named Nineveh, and I guess the rest is made up. So you got to be very careful with what you
about right.
What you hear in the TikToks, in the reels.
Dare TikTok bullshit me.
They'll believe the lies.
But this rolls back to something Johnny said a while back. You gotta make the videos with confidence. That guy was on stage wearing a suit.
I believed him.
Yeah, he was saying this to like a whole crowd of hundreds of people.
He knows 99.99% of that crowd will not fact check him.
Right?
Did any of us? Alan did. But
25% right here.
At no point during the video was I like, let me go see if that's true.
So, did you all see that red spot on the eclipse?
No,
dude. We all saw it with our eyes. We went around after and interviewed people who saw it as well.
Others saw it. Yeah.
Not tied to us in any way. And then I go on Google, try to figure out what it was, and nobody is talking about the red spot. We're thinking there's some sort of conspiracy going on, like immediately.
It looked like a solar flare, like the tiny little U, like dipping out at the bottom.
What is a solar flare, Johnny?
A solar flare is is caused by plasma and the overheating of the sun, and and the magnetic fields. It makes it do like come out and then come back in. It's weird. I don't know. I can't explain it.
And it's basically like a huge, almost explosion.
Yeah, it just blows up and then it gets pulled back to the sun. So it causes like a little U.
Okay.
Maybe.
So
no, that's the plasma. The solar flare actually just explodes, and it's all the particles going away from the sun. Like we get pelted with solar flares.
We do get pelted, yes.
Yeah.
So, that's
just like California, we're waiting for the big one.
That's a solar flare. So apparently I couldn't find anything with solar flare and eclipse 2024 because they were actually, what was it? Coronal. Oh, that's solar flares are coronal mass ejections. What we saw, those red dots were
nocturnal ejections.
Ooh. Was a prominence. Ah, new terminology for us there.
It wasn't that your problem that it wasn't prominent enough?
It wasn't prominent in my life enough.
Yeah, the reverence wasn't prominent enough.
Yeah, it just wasn't there.
Needed more prominence.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
reverence.
it's the plasma. They're plasma structures. So they're not exploding, but they're
arcing.
They're already so superheated, but they have electrical fields, so they go out and then they come back in.
And the issue, I believe, is that the angle was not the same for everybody, so not everybody was able to see that. Right? Remember, so where we're at, it's not the exact experience as someone who's further up north on the path of totality, and much less if you're seeing partial eclipse.
Yeah. But it did come out. It did end up coming out a little later than they had pictures and stuff. There it is right there. That wasn't even the spot where we saw it.
Yeah, no.
We saw it was like on the lower right.
Somewhere on here,
of the sun.
they say the sort of the 5 o'clock position. And I'll share that.
That's my favorite yoga position also.
My favorite time of day. Done with work.
The dirty downward dog.
Look at this. Oh.
2024. A lot of people and even some news outlets are reporting that a solar flare went off when in fact it was not a solar flare, but rather a solar prominence. A solar flare is a burst of X-rays that eject out from the sun at the speed of light and goes into space. A solar prominence is an eruption of plasma that is anchored to the sun.
That's what Kelso was saying.
There were several prominences on the sun during the total eclipse, which made for some stunning photos, and it was a sight to behold.
Beautiful stuff.
Very nice.
Beautiful stuff.
Science.
All right. Well, that's gonna be our show for on the eclipse. Ultimately, I don't know. Winston, give us a rating on it.
Well, I mean, the production value of it, at least where we were, I'm gonna give it a 2. It was all right. It didn't get dark like you guys said. A lot of people were expecting much more dark. I don't think Alan cared for the performance of it all. There wasn't enough reverence. I'm going to give it a 1. And what's the third one?
No monkeys.
Performance. Hold on, it's performance, production, and the plot. But the plot, I say. It went all right. It went as expected.
It was built up.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give it
Avatar
4 points. 4 points on plot because even after the climax of the event, there was, is there going to be a rapture after all? Like, we still have 40 days to find out.
Yeah.
Like, there's tension,
So, you know what? 3, 2, 1, 6 on the Congo scale. No bonus monkey points.
No bonus monkey points. 6-10. I feel like that's pretty accurate for the experience. All right. Well, thank you, listeners, for tuning in. This has been a little different than what we usually do, but we thank you for sticking around with it and listening to all the on-the-ground stuff we covered for you.
If anybody has any eclipse stories to tell, was there any fornication being done during the eclipse? We want to know if any babies were conceived.
Any sacrifices?
We would, or any sacrifices or whatnot. We would like to follow them along to see how they develop and see if the eclipse affected anybody.
If you like what you hear, you should totally follow us on all our social medias.
And I don't remember how to cap it, but
yummy.
Cap.
Love it. Yummy.
I sacrifice a tofu goat.